there, kids and parents too. Here's another episode of Folie, Deux.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
I bet you can.
I know they can.
I know they can too, because I see the little blue things going.
Bloop, 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 bloop. That means that we have a mic right now that is working.
And that is no small feat.
No, it isn't. It's large feet,
Yes.
size 13.
I have size 9 feet.
I have size 7.5 to 8. Depends on what
bragging.
brand.
I'm
Yeah.
ashamed of my large feet.
Oh, don't be. I have a pair of shoes for you before you leave. Don't let me forget.
Please. You mentioned this like a month ago.
I know,
Now
never
and then
even.
I think about it.
I think about it too when I get back into my closet and I'm like, oh, she'd probably like those.
I want to wear them while we podcast.
Ooh, good idea.
Except not now because we're recording.
Right.
And that's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Because we had some trials, guys.
We did. And
Guys.
it's amazing that we're even here right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not because we almost died, but because we almost ran out of gas.
We did almost dive. My laughter had caused
Yeah.
us to go off the road.
And she screamed and she gurgled and she
Hissed. Granny cackled.
It was really scary.
It was, but it was funny and it was worth it.
And the more scared I got, the more she laughed.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
We began recording. Well, we tried to record at 4 o'clock. It is now 6:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good start.
Pretty good start. We're here nonetheless.
Yes.
And we are with one mic. We have 3 new ones. Only one is working. It's fine.
We've got one mic that is working. It is the chosen mic.
It is.
The beloved mic. I can almost see the other mic weeping little golden tears.
Yeah. And it should be.
It should be.
Because it's a little shit.
Yeah. It's its own fault. No, actually, it's nobody's fault except the fault of technology and the fact that you can't just plug something in and make it work. Apparently you have to have proper cords and connections, and sometimes you think you have the right thing and you don't.
And you just don't. It's infuriating.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get it figured out, the happy dance that we did when we figured it out, when we got the cord we needed, it was all worth it.
Because at that point we were so defeated that you get to a point where you just tell yourself, no, this isn't going to work.
We just won't be
We're
doing
just going to
that.
have to keep fighting. We're going to have to just go to every individual listener's house and have the same conversation again.
Yeah.
It's the only way they're going to hear it.
That wouldn't be too hard. I think we might only have 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Mom?
We'll hang out with you, Mom.
Mommy?
My mom doesn't listen, but she would if she knew how to listen to podcasts.
We'll get it there. Does she know how to YouTube?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Because we do have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, hopefully she has the YouTube app on her phone.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I mean...
So we ended up thinking we had it all together and not.
Mm-hmm.
Then we ended up at Best Buy talking to our friend from another podcast.
Yes, he does not have his podcast out just yet. He's recording more of a season before actually...
Yeah, he's doing this thing called
planning
and producing and editing. And
yeah, I mean,
it's going to be that kind of podcast.
if you like that kind that's well put together and managed, then okay.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Mm-hmm.
But because he knew his stuff, he works at Best Buy,
Mm-hmm.
he told us what we needed. And then miraculously, a friend of ours had it, even though there's no reason why he should. No reason why he should.
There was no reason why he should. And he did. Well, there was some reason. I mean, he is a musician.
I mean, he's a sound guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was a bassist. He did not need mic plugins, XLR cords.
To be precise.
To be precise, for those of you techies out there who are screaming and pulling your hair out. He did not have he did not have a reason to have one of those, and he did. Just had it in his bag, so.
And they were 5 minutes away from where we were, and we went and got it. And yeah, we got smoothies on the way home, okay?
We earned those smoothies.
We did. And then we almost ran out of gas, but we didn't.
We didn't, okay?
And now we're here. And that's what matters.
It is.
Bringing you Folie, Deux.
Which is what we are.
The podcast about
healthy obsessions, and polite rebellion. Polite or courteous?
Courteous rebellion? Ooh, that makes me think of, like, top hats and bowing.
It makes me think of a perfect little curtsy.
A curtsy.
Little curtsy.
Curtsiest.
That's my favorite.
Rebellion with a curtsy.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
Have you noticed that sometimes I curtsy after I teach a song in Zumba? I can't help myself.
Oh. You have to.
I don't feel like it's over unless I curtsy.
No, it isn't.
It's
You're
not
correct.
over. People are still waiting.
Yep.
So I'm Amy.
And I'm Amy.
And I am also Amy.
And I'm Amy, too.
There are 4 of us and 1 microphone.
I'm Melody.
Yes, she's Melody.
Yeah, I am. I was just kidding, you guys. I was just joking.
Yeah, no. Okay, yeah, you're Melody.
Yeah.
You're Melody, okay.
I'm the Melody.
You're Melody.
Mm-hmm.
See, both of us sometimes forget people's names, but we usually remember each other's.
Yeah.
I didn't call you Mel forever because I thought your name could be Melody.
Oh, is it Melanie or Melody?
No.
And I didn't call you...
Annie?
No.
Did you call me by a different...
No, I didn't. It's always been Amy. I've known.
Well, Boo didn't always know.
My shoes broke. I just noticed my shoes broke.
But no, those are so cute.
I've had them for so long. That's probably what the problem is, but I love them.
Well,
They help me know that spring and summer is here. They're my favorite shoes to put on when it's warm enough to outside.
When you're prancing through the fields looking for wildflowers.
Tiptoeing through the tulips.
Which is, oddly enough, the thing that we both are mad about this week.
Yes, we
or
are.
Or maybe not oddly at all.
Yes, I was driving home from a weekend in Quapaw, Oklahoma, and I was rushing back because I knew that we were going to be recording, and it was so hard because there were just black-eyed Susans all over the place, and ox-eyed daisies coming up, and Queen Anne's lace, which those are my favorites. Every single year when spring springs is what I was going to say.
It is the worst time of year for a copywriter, because how many spring puns are there that haven't been taken?
That's true. None.
Yeah, it's painful.
None. I just wanted to get out and cut all of the flowers and make a bouquet. Mm-hmm. It's my thing that I do every year, all throughout the summer when the wildflowers are blooming. Mm-hmm. I make bouquets for my house. I make them for people. My grandpa used to make every single year. He would go down the back roads and make my grandma spring bouquets.
Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm.
And so after he passed away, my mom started doing it. And then when I was old enough, I get to help do it. We would just go alongside the highway and just pick wildflowers and bring her huge bouquets of them. So
that is so lovely.
Yeah. I mean, even till like her last day, I was bringing her wildflowers, and it's my favorite thing to do.
We used to pick them too with my mom, and we would press them in books.
Ooh.
And then find them years later.
I wish that I would have done that with some that we made for my grandma.
I would like to know. Yeah, that would be. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I feel like there's like a way you're supposed to really press wildflowers, and I don't know what that way is. Yeah,
and to remember what books you even put them in, I found my first 4-leaf clover.
Aww.
What is he doing?
I don't know. It looked like he was licking the door.
My son is right at the door and just like pressing his face, and anyway. I found my first 4-leaf clover a couple years ago on my birthday.
Goodness.
I was just saying that I had never found one, and then we were going to a baseball game, and in the ground as I was walking, I found one.
That's amazing.
It was so exciting.
Did you save it?
I saved it, and I pressed it in a book, but I have no idea what book.
Oh, so someday.
Yeah.
That's going to be on your birthday.
Oh, that would be crazy if it was.
And your some other significant day.
Yeah.
Not your death day.
I hope not.
I was trying to think of something else significant.
That's significant to some, possibly.
A lot of famous people have died on their birthdays, I feel like. We need a list.
Really?
Yeah, let's make that our homework.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dig it.
Most depressing homework. I used to pick wildflowers by a river.
Ooh.
When I would visit my grandparents in Washington, until one night I'm pretty sure that somebody was trying to murder me and I never came back.
Oh.
You remember? Have I ever told you that story?
With you and your sister?
Yeah. I feel like I'm jumping ahead to something weird. But my sister and I used to walk along this river, and there was this older gentleman, nothing against older gentlemen, there are lots of good ones.
Yeah.
Who used to always join us and talk to us, and he was so nice.
Too nice.
He almost took too much of an interest in the two of us.
Yeah.
Well, one night we were walking down. It was just like before sunset.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought, we had this thing where we wanted to pick bouquets of wildflowers to put on the dinner table. So we're both walking and talking and chattering. And then I start to get quiet because I get this weird, really terrible feeling. Like skin crawling, like can barely stop myself from turning and running in the other direction. And then I notice that she's gotten quiet too. And I look at her and she looks at me and she goes, "Do you have a weird feeling?" And I go, "Yes, I have a weird feeling." And we both just ran. We didn't even say anything else. We ran back to the house.
So he could have been
like waiting in the wildflowers.
In the trees, just waiting for you.
Yeah, or it could have been nothing, but it was the weirdest thing. It was one of the creepiest things that's ever happened to me.
You have to trust those feelings. You have to trust your gut. I mean, that is a real thing. You've got to do it.
And what do you lose? You lose one bouquet of wildflowers as opposed to being murdered by a river.
Yeah.
So yeah, if that ever happens to you, run.
Run.
If you feel weird right now, just run. It doesn't matter if you're walking through the grocery store or driving. Well, maybe not. But today was amazing because we went for a 12-mile bike ride and it made me crazy with joy. It was better than going to Disney World. And it's so inspiring to me because it was free.
Yeah.
And all of the honeysuckle, it was like honeysuckle was springing up before my eyes and before my nostrils, and I could smell it everywhere.
I can smell it right now.
And there were, I want it in my nose.
I know. I just want to lick it. I just want to lick all over it.
I saved some of it inside a wet paper towel so I can sniff it later.
Ryan how to...
Yes, you have some gorgeous pictures of that. Yeah. We should post those.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just everywhere, and there were wild roses and blackberries that weren't ready to pick yet, but it was magical.
It is magical.
And just thinking about how I could have been spending the day just inside on my butt.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about.
It is. It's like Alice in Wonderland, like walking through the wildflowers and talking. Some of those flowers were mean little brats, though.
Well, I believe that nature is kind of,
it can be cruel.
Yeah, nature, she's fickle. Mm-hmm. And she's mean, and she doesn't mind screwing with people.
That's true.
Like the flood that we had last weekend.
Yeah, but it fed all of those flowers that we are smelling now.
Gorgeous and green.
It's amazing.
And we got to canoe through a sunken picnic ground yesterday.
I want to do that so bad. I have never canoed in my life.
Canoed?
No, I have only ever been on a boat once.
Oh my gosh.
In the lake, like just on a boat one time.
That's crazy.
Actually, 2 times. One time was on like a small paddly boat kind of thing.
We have one of those.
I want to do it so bad.
Canoe is going to be a good place for us to start because there's no motor and it's not like a kayak where you might feel like you could tip over.
Yeah.
We'll be sure we're in life jackets the whole time.
Of course.
Let's go.
I want to.
Let's go soon so we can canoe over sunken picnic tables and past light posts and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. We did this thing where we had to get through all this detritus, like all this wreckage from the flood. And then once we got out there, we canoed all the way to the marina and docked our canoe there and got out and they had ice cream and they had this little shop. It was really lovely.
Where was it? Where did you go?
This was at I always forget the names of places. I should have written it down.
That's okay. I'll buzz you about it later.
It was a campground.
Okay.
And
close?
Yeah. Here? It was close, and it was the something marina. You can dump that in.
Guys, if you didn't get that was the something marina.
Something your filler here. Marina.
.com.
Yeah, .com. .org.
Look them up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was amazing. And I feel vibrant and fresh and a little bit sunburned. And I've got that hazy kind of, just sun-drunk kind of feeling.
I want that feeling right now.
I do too. Well, I have it, but I want more. More.
And we're both wearing floral shirts.
Yes, and we were both on rooftops this weekend for no real good reason.
No good reason whatsoever.
I got
pollen
any of it
on my nose today.
You got pollen on your nose?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
from sniffing a flower.
I don't see it.
I had it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The way you were gesturing was almost like,
don't you see? There. Don't you see the pollen on my nose? No, from sniffing flowers.
Well, a lot of girls are doing that little highlight on the tip of their nose.
Oh yeah.
So pollen could be a thing.
Yeah.
You really never know.
You don't know. It adds stuff.
Yeah.
On your
It makes you look like a little fairy.
And on your nose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if you don't like people, just make them sneeze.
That's right. That's what I do.
Okay.
Did you know if you're traveling 60 miles an hour in a car and you sneeze for approximately 50 feet?
What?
Yeah. Think about that one.
That's weird.
I know.
You said you didn't have something weird, but that is weird.
That's something weird right there.
I've sneezed in many a car. I've maybe sneezed through entire states worth of feet.
That's right.
I should be proud of that.
Speaking of that, I just said what one of my corrections is, and I don't know how many times we're going to have to count them, but I tend to say, that's right, all the time.
That's right.
That's right, guys.
And my correction was that after telling you all that I said guys too much and pointing it out so that it was going to burn your ears every time you heard it, I think I said it way more than I ever have.
That's right.
So, that's right. So the point is, we can't change. We won't change.
No.
We are who we are.
But what's weird to me is that I can see saying guys. I can see another one of my things was that I say a lot when I'm telling a story. And I really want to stop that. But that's right seems so weird to be something that you have in your normal vocabulary.
It's because you're agreeable, right?
I guess so.
See? That's right.
That's right.
Isn't there like an En Vogue song where they're like, that's right.
Oh yeah, there is.
Blame En Vogue.
That's right.
That's where it started.
Yeah.
So, is there anything that you're not mad happy about, but...
Oh, your face... What? How is that?
I think it's ransom.
Oh, what the... Oh.
And technology does go insane around us.
Oh my gosh, guys. The weirdest thing just happened. So my phone started buzzing. You heard that.
And mine too.
It said Amy Ha was trying to FaceTime me. She's right beside me. We both had our phones face down.
I'm turned away from my phone, which is a rare occurrence.
Mine was right beside me. And so we figured her son was trying to call.
Because his account's connected to mine, so maybe it would seem like it was my phone calling.
Yeah, something. So she calls him, and he's like, no, I didn't try to call. Melody just tried to call me.
Melody tried to call me in his little child's voice, which made it all more eerie. What?
Oh my gosh.
Technology, it's trying to screw us over. We get one leg up on it, and this is what it does to us.
Our auras. I said it right.
You did. People can change.
Oh my gosh. Our auras are just so strong.
They are. I was told that once.
You know, Josh has always told me that there's something with me. Not that my aura is crazy or anything, but it could be the same. I need to talk to that lady who told you.
She told me that I had strong energy about me that screwed with
the electrical
equipment.
Yeah. See, I think I have something in my brain or some kind of something that causes electronics. It's Amy, no, seriously, we need to look it up.
It is amazing that we're even recording anything at all.
Yeah.
Considering.
We need somebody who's an expert in this type of thing to
a paranormal, technological
do you think it has, I mean, if it is a real thing, like what we're actually talking about, do you think it has something to do with paranormal stuff, or is it just like, maybe we have some kind of...
some kind of physical, I mean, our bodies...
What would it be?
So, I don't know, but I want to believe it's paranormal.
Yeah.
Like, have you heard how they say that poltergeists are actually, like, I think I'm touching the cord.
That's right.
Poltergeists are, some people theorize that they're from the psyche of a living person who's like creating this thing.
No.
And there have been like instances where it's often young girls.
Really?
Yeah. Young girls going through puberty. Yeah.
I have goosebumps. Look.
Isn't that crazy? Because I always used to think of poltergeist as actual, like,
just like a mean dead person.
Yeah, some deceased a-hole.
And I don't like to think about anybody at all. I don't like to think about ghosts being real.
But I do. I
don't, but I have so much weird stuff.
Yeah.
That has happened that it's hard to deny it. I just don't. I don't know. I know that a lot of things happen in our minds. Our minds allow a lot of things to happen, but
minds are
a lot
very
of the
powerful.
things cannot be described, or explained by, I don't know.
There are people in this world who want everything to have a natural, logical explanation.
Yeah.
And so when they hear conversations like this, it's going to make them crazy. And I understand that. I'm not criticizing that, but I am just the opposite.
Yeah.
I'm like, not everything can have an explanation.
No.
At least not one that I can understand. I believe there's an explanation. I just don't believe that we've got it all figured out.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I just hate the thought of thinking that somebody would be stuck like that, you know? And it may not even be that it's their, I don't know, there are different, maybe it's a different dimension that they're coming through.
Oh, the idea of other dimensions is so crazy to me.
Me too.
I mean, we could be in a room full of people right now.
Yeah.
And not know it.
That we could possibly be.
We could be poltergeisty. We could be screwing up somebody's electronic equipment.
I think we are. And that, I mean, especially since we do it in this life right here.
Yeah.
Something's up.
We're coming back as technological poltergeists.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we could use our powers for good.
I think we'd be nicer poltergeists.
Yeah. I mean, we would go to, like, North Korea and be like, you know. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. This is not a political podcast.
And be like, nuh-uh.
You're not pushing that button.
You're not.
You got the wrong cord, honey.
That's so funny.
We're going to avert the apocalypse that way.
Oh, yeah.
Or we're going to cause it. Either one.
Possibly. Mel, Amy? With our track record.
To be determined.
Yes. Have you done anything with your your challenge?
I have. So I did it one time, and I think I told myself, somewhere in my mind, I told myself that was enough.
Yeah.
But what is the point of saying you want to add skating into your life and doing it one time? It's better than doing it no time.
It's true.
But I've identified the problem, which is partly that, like I said, these skates are so fast.
Yeah.
And what I thought was a flat road turns out to be a steep hill when I'm wearing those skates.
Well, you know, it's just a matter of practice.
Yes.
That, and maybe you can get different
skates,
trucks. Like, I don't know, is it the same as with like a skate? Like, I don't know. Like Claire, I don't know. Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal, help us.
Yeah.
Since you haven't helped us today.
We sent you a text message 2.5 hours ago.
What is going on?
Where are you? Enjoying your life?
It's almost like you don't look at your phone every 5 seconds.
Jeez, what kind of human are you?
It's creepy and weird.
So weird.
Ugh. So, but oddly enough, there's a girl who I know through Zumba who lives in Sangavi's neighborhood.
Yes.
Who was a big-time roller derby girl.
Yes.
And I want us to get her on here because I know nothing about roller derby.
I think it'd be so much fun. I have another roller derby buddy, too, who happens to listen to this podcast. I've got a couple of them.
Girls, let's get you in
I have got
here.
like 4 of them. Now that I'm thinking about it, let's have a whole derby
them.
cast. Yeah.
Like bees to honeysuckle.
I wanted to... Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I wanted to do roller derby before when I was living in Joplin. I had some friends who did it.
Doing it.
I'm too much of a scaredy cat.
I know, me too.
And they were like, you have to have health insurance.
Yee.
Which... Right, okay.
Okay.
I'll get health insurance. Cute. So I figured for something that you have to have health insurance for,
maybe not a good idea.
don't want to participate in.
Yeah.
No. So
I don't either. I want to protect my face.
Me
It's
too.
a little off kilter as it is, but just enough to be cute.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's not push it too far.
I watched a little video with some Derby girls, and it was so great watching it and hearing them talk about how empowering it is, and how much of like what the bond that they have, and how the community of them is just unreal and beautiful.
And they have their own special names.
Yes, which is so much
the
fun.
outfits alone.
Mine would be Melody Mayhem. I have been Melody Mayhem my whole adolescence. I was Melody Mayhem.
That's perfect. What would I be? Amy.
I'm gonna think of a good one.
Okay,
help
us out.
Yeah.
But not Song of the Shay told me that she would take me skating through her neighborhood, and she said that I could think she saw the terror in my face because without me even having to ask, she's like, "It's really flat roads."
She knows.
Yeah, so that's my neck. That's part 2 of this challenge.
Yeah, I want to do roller skates. If you'll let me go with you.
Oh, please.
I do like rollerblading though too. If I could find some rollerblades, I'm more at ease on those than I am skates.
If you can find ones that are not as good as mine, you might enjoy them more.
I wish I could find mine when I was younger.
Yeah.
Those puppies were good.
I need to replace my brakes with like a spike or something.
So
I can
really jam it
dig
in the ground.
into the ground.
Yeah.
And I know that could go badly. I would probably puncture myself horribly just trying to get the skates on my feet.
I think that if you do get bigger ones, we definitely should not skate together. One of us will get impaled.
That's true. And just putting on the skates alone, I'm exhausted afterwards because I do have...
trying to stand up afterwards.
Well, yeah, and I have the cankles. I really do. So I had to loosen the whole dang things up, and then my husband has to help me put them on, and I feel like a child. Aww. And then the real children are like trying to talk to him, and he's like, "I'm trying to help your mommy strap death wheels to her feet." And then halfway through, I'm like, what is the point of any of this?
Well, at least you can say you did it.
Yes, I did do it. And I filmed it even.
So
which makes it real. And you know what? That's what bothers me though. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what makes me mad this week.
Yeah,
I think I jumped ahead a little bit. But this whole idea of the culture we live in, and then I'm talking about myself here, but I know other people do it too. Mm-hmm. You start to get in this mindset where if you don't share it, it didn't happen. Yeah. And that makes me really sad.
Me too.
And it's so tied in so perfectly with my day with the canoe because I kept wanting to take pictures and video. And at some point I was like, I've got to put this away. First of all, I could end up dropping my phone in the lake, and then that would just show how ridiculous it all was. And secondly, I took so many pictures. I forced myself to share 8 of them, which is progress for me. Yeah. And there's goodness in the desire to share, but there's also a real danger in it. Because you start to feel like, oh, what is any of this for if I'm not getting other people to look at it and validate it? Mm-hmm. And I'm actually rereading the Screw Tape Letters, that C.S. Lewis book that I recommended a while back. And it's about a demon tempting a human. And you don't actually have to read it you don't have to believe in the reality of demons to get something out of it. Mm-hmm. It's talking just about all of the little traps we can fall into in our mind that get us in a bad place. And the letter that Screwtape is writing he's basically saying, I can't believe you allowed your patient, they call him the patient, the one that's being tempted, to have a happy, positive walk by himself, to read a book that he really enjoyed and drink tea, not because he was going to share it with his clever friends, but because he really liked it. And I just gave me goosebumps because I was like, that's so amplified now. What are we doing because we really like it, not because we're going to tell anyone about it, podcast about it.
It's true.
Yeah, it's fascinating. And so later, that day, I was just I decided just to sit outside and read. I was like, I'm not going to get on social media. I'm not going to do anything else that requires me to need anyone's validation.
Yeah.
And so I sat outside and I started reading The Hobbit, which I've been meaning to do for forever. I haven't read it since I was a teenager. Of course, now I'm talking about it, so everyone would be super impressed that I'm reading The Hobbit.
Yeah.
And you know, anytime neighbors walked by, I like would hold it up really high so they could see it.
See what this
is. And I would go, very interesting.
I could see you smoking a bubble pipe.
I was, yeah. It actually really makes me want to snack and drink beer and smoke pipes. I've never smoked a pipe in my life.
No, I haven't either.
That's the danger of The Hobbit. But it's worth it.
Totally is.
Yeah, so, yeah, guys, do stuff just because you like it.
Yeah.
We all need that in our life.
It's true.
Because you and I are creative people. I feel like I'm going on a rant now, but we do things that we like creatively. I mean, you know, you love to photograph people, and I like to write, and I like to dance, but we're doing that on some level. We have to do it for other people. Yeah. And I think we all need something in our life that we do just because we want to, that maybe no one else will ever even know about, or we just suck at, so there's no point in sharing it, but we love it.
It's true. It's a hard one because I can't say that I don't. Maybe it's just so far embedded that I don't think of it like that, but I genuinely just love sharing.
I know, and that's an impulse that obviously is a good thing too. That's where it's like it's really hard to untangle, because otherwise, of course, I want people to share the things that they do. I love to hear the things that people do. If people didn't have the impulse to share, then we wouldn't have art and music. And, you know, there's this like culmination of the whole pleasure when you can share it with somebody else too.
For sure. And seeing other people's things, like it kind of drives me a little bit crazy. Like when I do post something, I'd almost enjoy if they made it an option to have no commenting on things, because I love just sharing things, and sometimes I feel like I'll share something and maybe it's silly, or me dogging on myself in a silly way, like I often do, and people feel like they need to make me feel better, this, or comment on a picture that I posted of whatever it is. Like, I don't need that.
I just want to put it out in the world.
I just want to put it out there, and then I feel bad. I'm like, well, no, I didn't put this so that I appreciate your guys' thoughts, but that's not why I did that. And it's hard. You can't make people not do that, but.
No. Well, and you and I are sharers by nature. I mean, ever since I was a kid, I would come home from school full of stories, and I always wanted to tell, like, just the littlest things. That's odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I just like to talk about random little things and share them with people.
Would have never guessed.
That's not a part of my nature at all. So, for me, it's like, when does that become, and when does that go to an unhealthy place? Yeah. And I find it very interesting.
Yeah. When you can't live without seeing if somebody commented on it, or
you just got to blow it up and walk away.
Yeah.
Put it out there and turn off your phone and go read The Hobbit.
That's right.
Smoke a pipe. That's the answer.
That's the answer.
We figured it out.
That's right.
That's a big piece of life's puzzle right there. 34 minutes into the podcast.
You guys have just been learned.
I have an embarrassing confession.
It's okay, Amy. You can tell me and our listener.
Sometimes my stomach, it growls during podcasts. I wish I had a snack nearby, but I always forget.
You can do what I do and never embarrass yourself again. Look at this.
Where did you get that delicious-looking fruity morsel you're enjoying?
My pants. That's right, you heard me. More specifically, my underpants. The one thing I always have with me.
Are you talking about me edible undies?
Indeed, I am. Now you can have a new delicious surprise to slip on each week after your shower. Surprise your special someone. Be prepared for an emergency. And they're perfectly discreet for movie theaters and classrooms where outside snacks generally aren't allowed.
I have so many questions. How can I get my own pair? Do they come in savory flavor options? Can I wear them outside my clothes?
With our Folie offer code, Knickers Really Satisfy, you can choose from a variety of flavors and styles. From spicy garlic bikini briefs, to our gluten-free spaghetti thong, to chocolate surprise boxer shorts that can feed a family of 5.
You know what they say. Keep your underwear close and your snacks closer. Me Edible Undies. We're eating ours right now.
Thanks to our new sponsor, Me Edible Undies. Warning, some may contain nuts. I hope that everything sounds okay, because look at how different it looks
I
than
know.
normal.
But then when we played it back, it sounded good.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let us know if this sounds better, worse, and then things will continue to improve. Just know that.
I think so.
What episode is this? 6?
This is episode 6, and I was thinking, we keep talking about the same goal for the last 6 weeks.
Point. You would think we'd have something new. Well, I do have a challenge for you.
I have a challenge for you too, but first, I want to talk about this goal that I will talk about lastly until I actually
you
do
got
it.
to update because I'm not going to let you stop talking about it.
Yeah.
So basically, we're all being punished together.
Yes.
Go on.
So my sourdough starter has been started, and I started it a week ago today when our mic went out. I went to Target and
See what you did?
I got all the things that I
turned
needed
it all around.
I just did it, and I got a good flour. And so it's been starting. It's a weekend. It says it could take about 14 days for it to fully ferment, and it hasn't. It's just kind of blah. I can see things happening, but not.
You can see some changes.
I can definitely see changes, but over the last 4 days, there have been no changes since the last change.
So it decided, I might ferment. No, never mind.
There's some bigger bubbles, but it's supposed to get these little crackly bubbles. Just a bunch of tiny bubbles that kind of sound like Rice Krispies, and it doesn't. So I'm a little bit nervous that I've messed up and I might have to start over, but I'm going to give it that full 14 days and see.
Give it the full 14. My question is, are there many recipes for a sourdough starter, or is there just one?
That's a good question. There's so many. I have researched so many, and the one that I decided on, I actually went to the farmer's market yesterday, and there was a guy there who was selling all sourdough.
Oh.
And I started talking to him about it,
awesome.
And every time I'd say something, he'd shake his head like I was doing it wrong. And he was like, "You're doing a different starter than I am." The one that he does is with instant potatoes and sugar. And what is amazing is that his starter is 75 years old. He has been using the same starter. It's been in his family for 75 years.
So he just feeds it with the sugar and
He
potatoes.
feeds it, yeah. And what is also awesome that I didn't know is that yeast is all female, so it's all the same DNA, 100% the same DNA. The sourdough starter that he started in 75 years ago is the same DNA as the one he's eating now.
That's freaking beautiful.
Isn't that crazy?
That is amazing.
I love it. So I just cannot wait until my starter is ready to use and make some sourdough bread. And I can't wait for 75 years later when maybe when the kids will be.
When Mackie and Imogen's grown children.
That's right.
Yeah.
Aww.
Our children are betrothed.
I hate it. Yeah, they are.
I didn't even notice. So what I want to see is you with a lab. And I want to see specimen 1, specimen, all through specimen 30 of all the different sourdough starters you could have.
I should do that.
And then I want to see you get so obsessed that you can't leave the lab.
I'm just covered.
Yeah, we have to drag you out of there.
And I have big goggles on. That's all I want.
Yeah, the big goggles are a must.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you're doing wrong.
I think that might be.
You need the giant goggles.
Maybe I just can't see the bubbles.
Yeah, maybe they've been there all along. I'm going to take a look at this afterwards.
Okay, I definitely want you to stick your nose in it.
Maybe
smells
that's what it needs.
stuff.
Oh, it smells like stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that's a good sign. I mean, fermenting is not necessarily
the best smell.
It's a pungent process.
It is.
That's a good sign.
Like I said, there are definitely things happening, but it's just not happening at the rate that I would like it to. I'm impatient.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not a scientist. This guy that I spoke with this weekend, he's a
legit scientist.
Yeah, he's a master chemist, biologist.
Holy, that's what cooking is.
It is. Baking 100% is science. I mean, it's an art, but it is science.
I think that's why I never really fully have embraced it, although I admire people who do, because it is so technical.
Yeah,
when you get to the
everything.
more... Yeah.
That's why measuring is really you really do need to do it. You need to follow a recipe. I mean, yeah, you can make variations of things and you can add things once you know what you're doing, but
you gotta have the base.
You have to.
Bread's not gonna rise if it doesn't have all that junk stuff.
All that junk stuff.
And the
heat
bubbles and the rising and the. I said rising, but the punching down and whatever. This is why I'm not a baker. But the key is, you need to make sourdough that is so good that it's better than this guy's.
Oh,
we need to go mock him.
I did ask
publicly.
him if I could intern, and he said that he's had an intern for the last year, and she can. He said that she outbakes him. Like, hands down. And I love that.
Humble.
He was.
So
he was very
put him in his place.
Yeah, he was very sweet. But you could definitely tell he was very passionate about it. So when I first started talking, it was like, oh, you know, kind of like, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you're so sweet. Yeah. But then I think I proved myself that I actually did study. I am very serious about it. And then by the end, he was just, you know, like, excited about it and wishing me luck and stuff, and I did buy 2 cinnamon rolls that are sitting on my bed right now.
Why are they in your bed?
They were like air packaged, and I just threw them out of my purse, and then we went out of town, so I hope they're still good.
I hope so. I'm gonna sit on your bed and eat them after this.
I know. We should have made them. Ooh, I should message our butler.
He'll bring them. Well, he was playing peekaboo a second ago, so he might need something. Well, see, that's wonderful. And this is life, okay? People don't accomplish things in one episode or 1 week or even 6 weeks, I would say.
That's right.
But they start things.
Yeah.
The starter is a metaphor.
For life.
Yeah.
For doing things you want in life.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
I'm still a skater.
Yeah.
Skater girl.
And I'm still she was a skater girl. She said something.
I never liked her.
I never did either.
I know a lot of people did.
She was just a bitch-ass poser.
No fun.
No.
No charm. I mean, I'll take a poser any day as long as they're fun. I didn't enjoy it. I'll tell you who I do like, though.
Who?
I like Gwen Stefani.
You do like Gwen Stefani?
And I know probably we've lost our listener.
Bye. That's me. No, I mean, Gwen is fine. It's fine. Yeah. No, it's fine.
I mean, I'm not going to listen to her all day long.
No.
But there's something about her that I like. I like the fact...
No, there is something about her that I really do like, too.
Her as a person.
For
with
sure.
That platinum and that hip-hop and all the weird crap that she does.
Attitude.
Yeah, she's weird.
She is, and I love it.
I love it. I think it's genuine.
I do, too. Yeah.
Speaking of weird, do you want to hear something weird?
Yeah, I do. This whole podcast so far episode has been...
It has been really weird. Maybe we always say it's our weirdest yet, and then we're like, no, we take it to the next level.
Yeah. What's weird?
Well, okay, so I'm not going to try not to get too serious here, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
So I'll preface this by saying I'm totally fine. I'm not ill. But I did reference that I only have 1 kidney. Mm-hmm. Between the 2 of us, we have 3 kidneys, which is not bad.
No.
And the reason is because, weirdly enough, when I was pregnant with my son, my firstborn, I was 26 years old. And I felt like something major was gonna happen to me. And I remember lying in bed next to my husband, like feeling, my belly and waiting for kicks and stuff and being like, I know this sounds crazy, but I feel like this baby is gonna save my life. Mm-hmm. Like literally save my life.
Yeah.
And we named him Ransom, which means rescue or deliverance. Mm-hmm. Well, it turns out that he kind of did. So when I was pregnant with him, I started having this really bad pain on my right side. And the baby was pushing. Now I know that the baby was pushing on the place where I had cancer. Mm-hmm. And because of that, I got it checked out and they discovered it. And it was incredibly rare, like less than 1% chance that I would have had this kind of cancer, especially at the age of 26 with no family history. And the doctor said, he's like, it's amazing we discovered it now and not when you were 40 and it had spread all over and you probably would have died.
Oh my God.
And so, but it was growing really aggressively. And I don't know if the pregnancy had anything to do with that, like because your hormones go crazy. But when my son first sat up, I was in the hospital because they had to take out my entire kidney because of this cancer. And they like had a conference, some of the specialists in the area, where they presented my case because it was so rare. But the amazing thing is that they got it all. Like, it was a total surgical cure. And so, yeah, I only have one kidney, but the other one got super strong, and it functions just as well as two. They check me out.
Yeah.
They check me out every year, and then every other year they do like an ultrasound to make sure, because apparently, this sounds really creepy, but it can like mirror itself into the other one, but the chances are very small.
Ugh.
But they're always on the lookout for it. So yeah, I don't believe I would have discovered it if I had not been pregnant with Ransom.
No, and it's crazy to think that could happen to so many people, and that they do have it, and 20 years down the road, then they die because of it, because of something that, I mean, it's just so crazy.
It was so lucky that it was in my kidney,
that
I had a spare.
Yes.
Of all the kinds to get. But the doctor who told me had no bedside manner. He did not make it sound like
I hate this guy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I was crying, and he was just like, what really puzzles me is your age, and this is, really bad, and all this stuff. And I was just sitting there crying, and he didn't even tell me that my chances of recovery.
And alone, hearing for the first time that you have cancer at 6 years old, he's saying it like, oh, I just want to find him and just wring his little neck.
I know. I should have given him a bad review. I would never do that unless it was something super serious.
That's bad reviewable. I mean, come on.
And I ended up going to a different specialist who was amazing.
Good.
And really nice. But it's also a shout out to my dad for being so amazing, because after I called Boo first thing and totally freaked him out, then I called my dad, and my dad did amazing research. He called me right back with all these statistics and told me he thinks it's going to be okay, and this is why. And I felt so much better.
I wonder what was going through your dad's mind. Like, you saw him be calm and tell you these things, but I wonder what on the other side there was that you didn't see. Could you imagine?
He's a worrier. That's my birthright. I got it from him. And when I had a spinal tap when I was a baby, the doctor told him, because they thought I had some condition. I don't remember what it was now. Maybe meningitis or something. Thank God I was okay. But he actually told my dad, he's like, don't research this. Don't, because you're going to scare yourself.
Yeah. Which is what we all do.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so glad that you...
It's so
crazy that you are... To think about that you're... I mean, I know this story. I know that you had cancer. I know that you only have one kidney, but you are a cancer survivor. You have had cancer.
I feel weird saying it. Sometimes I even forget it because I feel so strong and healthy. And because I didn't go through chemo, it was very, very traumatic, but I didn't go through that part of it. And I'm so thankful for that.
For sure.
But if I lived in a different place, not just a different time, a different country where you're not as advanced, I probably could have died young from this.
For sure. Yeah.
And it's just incredible.
It is.
Man, I feel like I should do something for kidneys.
Yes.
They have kidney walks and stuff, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Well, if there isn't, there should be.
There should be. Let's organize a Folie one kidney club.
That's right.
And I'm the only one in it.
You're it. That's it.
Yeah. Let me know if you have one kidney.
Yeah.
I don't want to be your friend because...
because if the other one fails.
Yeah, because we shouldn't be friends unless you have two kidneys, because I can't give you one and you can't give me one.
No.
Yeah, it won't work. Sorry.
But maybe you could decide which one's brain is better. And then,
oh yeah,
it's well, you're worth
make
living.
Into a cyborg.
Oh, okay. Ooh, even better.
Yours was a little more positive. That got real weird. It was supposed to.
Yeah.
So, have you thought of anything weird?
I really haven't thought of anything weird, and I messaged my mom. I have so many weird stories, but so many of them tend to be ghost stories.
I love
or
ghost stories.
Weirdness stories. So, I have one that I'm thinking of about my grandma.
I want to hear it.
I've told you this one before.
I want to hear it again.
Okay. So when my grandmother was about 3 years old, she was at home with her mother when her brothers were at school. They lived in Pennsylvania at this time, I believe. Possibly Ohio. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, they were somewhere in the east, and
you know the direction. That's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I do. She was at home with her mother, and they were outside in the yard playing. And my mom or my grandmother sat up on their fence, and she was just rocking back and forth, saying, "Church is burning, church is burning." And
is there anything more creepy a child can say?
I know, church is burning. Like, just singing it, church is burning, church is burning. And my grandmother's mother kept, Mary, don't do that. Don't say that. That's not something that you say. It's not funny. And grandma was just, she's just basically a baby.
Yeah.
3 or 4 years old. And she just kept doing it. Church is burning all morning long. And they lived a good distance. My uncles had to walk, I don't know how many miles. Mom, chime in, like a few miles to get to school. And all of a sudden, the boys were running back home. And my grandmother's mother was, "Boys, what are you doing home from school? What's going on?" And they said they closed down school because the church caught fire and is burning down. There was no way that my grandma could have seen it. It was so far away. There was just no way.
That's so weird.
That it could have she could have known, But somehow she did, and she sang it in little creepy girl style.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you think children can sense things more than other people, or do you think it's just specific people and they're that way their whole lives?
I know that our family has some really weird stuff.
Yeah.
And it's been most of the things that I've seen or that I've encountered happened when I was younger. And then I think when I stopped kind of accepting it as being things, then I quit.
Less open to it.
Mm-hmm. My grandmother, up until, nearly the day she died, she was seeing things and having, what's also weird about my family is we had like kind of, not premonitions per se, but like if my mom says something's going to happen, like you better hope it's a good thing that she's saying, because I would 9 times out of 10,
it is going to happen.
Like people know it of her. Like if she predicts that you're going to have a baby girl or twins, you're having them. Like I don't know if she's a freak.
No, and she's just in tune with something.
She's a sick freak. No, she is. She is. She's in tune with something. It's so weird and so cool. And sometimes I'll have, feelings, or I'll think of something like the day before. Joe talked about that before. And I wanted to talk with him in person about it on our next lunchtime. But I do have those kind of things where I'll think of something before it happens, or I'll think of somebody, and I think we all do that a little bit.
I think so too.
You think of somebody, and then that person, you hear from them again, or whatever.
Life just feels like it's full of serendipity too. Mm-hmm. Like you'll think of something, and then you'll see it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's maybe partly just being in tune with the world around you.
Yeah.
And then what's on your mind, your brain is always picking up on little things.
Yeah.
And you're picking those things out, and they're rising to the surface.
Yeah.
And then it all feels connected.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It is really cool.
My grandmother got a phone call in a dream from her murdered sister. I'll have to tell you that story later so we don't bring down the podcast too much. But her sister called her and said, her sister and her nephew were murdered. Oh my God. And she got a phone call, and her sister's voice said, "I just want you to know that we're both here and we're okay."
Oh.
And that was it.
My mom has had, I believe, a dream where she was visited by her brother who drowned.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and my grandmother saw him as well. Same kind of thing, like saying that he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh.
I know. And people who don't believe in this stuff would say, well, that's your mind
Right.
telling you what you want to hear. But at the same time, they are not the ones who had the dream.
Yeah, that's true. And, and maybe it is.
Maybe it is,
but
maybe it isn't.
Even if it is just a dream that your mind made up, like, if that gives you comfort, if that gave them comfort,
if somebody
then,
says that,
okay.
and, like, people want to shoot it down, I'm like, what is your motivation for that?
Right, you don't have to say anything about it. You can keep not believing it, but I know.
Them believing it's not harming you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all. Just believe what we believe.
Yeah.
Do what we do. And love each other.
And just, peace, dude.
Peace.
Hey.
We're almost at an hour.
We are almost at an hour.
Should I end with my quotation? Since we've kind of...
Let's do the quotation last, because I have a vocab word for you.
Ooh!
And I want to tell you right now, it's a pretty funny one.
Okay, I want to hear it.
I don't know if you can consider it a vocab word, but did you know that the medical name, let's see if you can figure out what this is.
Okay. Ooh, quiz.
Intergluteal cleft.
Okay, so obviously inside. Wow, I'm super smart. Gluteal, that must have to do with your butt cheeks.
Your rumpus.
Your glutes. And a cleft is like a little,
like
I'm making a motion here.
Yeah. You've got it.
Is this a third butt cheek?
Not. No, it is the medical name for butt crack.
Oh my goodness, the cleft, the inside part.
Yes, intergluteal cleft.
Ooh.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so keep those intergluteal clefts covered unless you want to give someone a show.
That's right. And when you're doing your squats, keep your intergluteal clefts clenched.
Yeah, clench those suckers.
Yeah.
And your sacrum to bring it all back around to
Bring
podcast
in
one.
a butthole. Oh, gross.
We love you guys.
Yeah, don't you have a vocab word for me?
Yes. So my stepdad is very smart and also crazy, just like my mom.
Ooh.
And while we were canoeing through the sunken picnic ground, he's like, do you know the difference between flotsam and jetsam? And I was like, I know they're the eels on The Little Mermaid. And he's like, when there's a shipwreck, the flotsam is the stuff that just like the debris that just gathers from the wreck.
Yeah.
The jetsam is the stuff that you throw overboard.
Really?
So you're like jettisoning it, right? Yeah.
Really?
So now you know.
Now you know.
I don't know which eel was which.
I don't either. The
I
left
thought
or the
that's
right.
what he was asking me.
So you went with your mom and your stepdad?
Yes, so we
cool.
used their canoe.
Cool.
Which means I have canoe at my disposal.
Ooh, I cannot wait.
And they took
I
the
cannot
kayak, and they got stuck on top of an underwater picnic table. They're crazy.
Crazy. So, Amy, quote it up.
Okay, so I have a quote for the springtime. Usually during the spring, I like to reread the book, The Secret Garden, because it is so beautiful, and it's not just a children's book, it's so much more.
Mm-hmm.
And this pretty much describes how I feel about the world and life, and why I go through the day full of hope. And you can't put it any more words than that, so I'm just going to read it. One of the strange things about living in the world is that it is only now and then one is quite sure one is going to live forever and ever. One knows it sometimes when one gets up at the tender, solemn dawn time and goes out and stands and throws one's head far back and looks up and watches the pale sky slowly changing and flushing and marvelous unknown things happening until the east almost makes one cry out and one's heart stands still at the strange, unchanging majesty of the rising of the sun, which has been happening every morning for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. One knows it then for a moment or so, and one knows it sometimes when one stands by oneself in a wood at sunset and the mysterious deep gold stillness slanting through and under the branches seems to be saying slowly again and again something that one cannot quite hear, however much one tries. Then sometimes the immense quiet of the dark blue at night with the millions of stars waiting and watching makes one sure. And sometimes the sound of far-off music makes it true. And sometimes a look in someone's eyes.
I love it.
I love her so much.
You know what it makes me want to do?
What's that?
It just makes me want to get on my cutest flowy skirt and just as soon as the day breaks tomorrow morning with a cup of coffee in my hand.
Oh yeah, gotta have coffee.
Yeah, just frolic through. I'm picturing Crystal Bridges just because
they have the best wildflowers.
They have the best wildflowers right there for you and the trails. But, you know, in my actual brain, it would be Crystal Bridges before it was turned into Crystal Bridges. You know, what she was actually able to frolic through.
Yes.
Before it was there. But either way, that's what I want to do.
You need a morning frolic.
I need a morning frolic.
Anyone want to join us?
I'm skipping that damn dentist appointment tomorrow. Let's go frolic.
It's not meant to be. Call in frolicking.
Okay. I hope my dentist isn't listening.
Yeah, dentist, if you're listening, thank you.
You understand? Yeah, thank you.
Please continue listening. We do care about dental hygiene.
We do, yeah.
But some days you have to frolic, and it is a beautiful springtime right now.
Yes.
And we live in Arkansas. We don't know how long that's going to last.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true. So, should we talk about where you can find us? Should you want us?
I think we should. Should you ever want us?
Should you need us?
Yes.
Should you need us?
So, should you need us?
You can
Go on.
You can find us at wherever you found us right now if you're listening.
That's right.
That's right.
I mean, why would you? Yeah, you found us already. We get that.
We get it.
Okay, we're not that crazy.
We are crazy, though. We are on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud. You know this because you're listening to us. YouTube, okay? If you want to email us some of your weird stories, you can do so at... Listen, we're going to do it right this time.
Okay.
Folie.
A.
Duo.
At.
gmail.com.
We'll try spelling it another day.
Yes. Don't make us do that right now.
Slow progress, just like the East.
Yes. And then if you, what else? Oh, if you want to send us gifts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, do we have a P.O. box? No. If you want to send us gifts, find us at our Facebook page.
Yeah, and tell us where we can meet in a dark alley.
Yes. There are several charming alleys.
Yes.
In the area.
Absolutely. We love you all, and we thank you. If you are not part of our beautiful Facebook, if you're not part of our Facebook group,
you need to be.
It's just Folie Do Podcast, and it is so much fun.
It is fun, and I asked a really difficult question recently that I don't think anyone understood.
Which one?
It was the one about irrational laughter.
Oh. I am sorry, but I understood it.
That's all that matters.
Oh my gosh, and I can't... Our next mini episode has to be that.
It has to be.
Please give me more of your irrational laughter. Like, what makes you snort your smoothie out of your nose and scare Amy when you're driving?
Yeah, like you're insane. For Melody, it's running out of gas.
No, it's when you said, what did you even say? Oh, they should just jump off a cliff.
I was talking about bad people, okay?
And it took me a few seconds, but then I heard it and I lost it. Switching up your... I'm not even going to talk about it. Just tell me what funny things make you laugh uncontrollably.
You know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it. Just think about it.
Just think a little.
Just think
enough to actually make an effort.
Yeah.
Come on.
Guys. We're also on Instagram, and sometimes we do Instagram live videos.
Yeah, sometimes. I think we've done it at least 1.5 times.
1.5 probably is more correct, yeah. Just follow us wherever you can, and if you like this podcast, please rate, review, and subscribe.
It would help us so much.
It's such a big thing.
It is. It's good for you.
It's good for you, mainly. For us, secondarily.
Mm-hmm. We just want to know that we're there for you. We want to know
that we're helping you a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't even have to listen. Just subscribe.
Or subscribe and hate listen. That's fine.
Yeah, tell all your friends to subscribe and then not listen.
Yeah, turn it into a drinking game. Every time Melody says...
What was the word? That's right. And
it's
every
funny
time
that when
Amy
you're
says,
supposed to say it, you
I
can't remember. Guys. Or... Yeah.
Hey, at least we know. At least we're aware of our own folies. Okay.
Love your follies. Love your do's.
Definitely love your intergluteal cleft.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that got my
butt. Her phone vibrated at a serendipitous time.
Yes, right on my intergluteal cleft.
Have a great week, friends.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.